We have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.
It's come after one of the most tumultuous years in Bangladesh's modern history. Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was sentenced to death by a tribunal in Dhaka. She was accused of crimes against humanity after ordering a deadly crackdown on student uprisings that erupted in the country last year. Over 1,400 people died in the violence, according to the UN, making it one of the worst episodes of political violence in Bangladesh's history since it was established in 1971. The case against Hasina comes after a huge protest erupted in Bangladesh, led by student protesters. And thousands of people became emboldened to come out onto the streets of Bangladesh, which was extremely unprecedented because up to that point, anyone who had spoken out against Hasina had been disappeared off the streets, had been locked away without a trace. There was a huge culture of fear around Hasina. There was a moment where these protests then began to march towards Hasina's house. And at that point, she ordered the army to fire upon the protesters. And the army chief of staff refused. He said that he would not massacre the people of Bangladesh. So she got on a helicopter and she flew to neighboring India, a country that had always been a kind of big backer of hers. Hasina is accused of a range of crimes during her 15-year tenure, but this particular trial was very focused on events that took place during the July uprising. The trial was very unlike anything Bangladesh had seen. It was broadcast live on television. There was an enormous amount of footage which showed police just opening fire on unarmed, peaceful young protesters. So Hasina has claimed that this trial is a politically motivated charade carried out by an interim government that has no legitimacy and that is going after her. It's undeniable that the attempt to make this trial an extremely transparent trial is very significant for Bangladesh and signals the huge shift that has taken place in the country since Hasina fell. There still are questions around, what this really means, because she evidently will never come back to Bangladesh, particularly now she's been given the death penalty. Bangladesh will have its first election after Hasina in February. The party that are likely to take power are a party that were routinely suppressed and crushed and jailed by Hasina. And for them, bringing her to justice, putting her behind bars, or even, seeing the death penalty carried out on her is an enormous priority for them. And so the Indian government wants to have a good relationship with the newly elected government of Bangladesh. Then it is likely that the Hasina issue will be a major one on the table.